Hi everybody. Today we're going to talk about the directions for writing a triangular triplet poem. Now this is one of my absolute favorite poems because it takes a little creativity. I'm going to move this camera a little closer and maybe you can see the directions a little better. You have to think in a different way to write this poem. So I'm going to explain the directions and I'm going to show you a few examples. There are 3 lines in this poem, and if you use a kind of a picture of a triangle, it just sort of helps you. You can or you don't have to put a triangle like this. You could decorate it however you want to, but you should be able to clearly read the 3 lines. So you would write the lines this way, but then on the bottom line you would write it straight under it so that if you don't have to turn your paper around to read it. But each line is written on each side of the 3 sides of a triangle. The poem should make sense no matter which side you start to read the poem from. And that's what makes this poem such a neat little poem, because I could start here and read it this way and it should make sense. I should start here and read it this way and it should make sense. I could start here and read this way and it would make sense. Or I could start here and read it this way. Or I could start here and read it this way. Or I could start here and read it this way. That's the cool thing about this poem, is you have to make it so that no matter which way you read it, it makes sense. So each line should rhyme with each other. So here's the key. You have to find 3 words that rhyme. And then you have to put them in statements that make sense together and that can be read no matter the order. So here's the example. A secret I was told from one who was old. It was as good as gold. All right, I'm going to change the order that I read them. It was as good as gold. A secret I was told from one who was old. And here's another way. From one who was old, it was as good as gold. A secret I was told. So see, you should be able to read them and see if it makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, then you have to go back to the drawing board. You have to kind of rework what your ideas are. I would say that one of my biggest tips for this is pick a simple word to rhyme with. The simpler the word, the easier this is to construct. So let me show you a few other examples from the past. This one was written by a former student of mine named Will Bagwell. No need to flee. I can see. It was just a bee. All right, here's another way. I can see. It was just a bee. No need to flee. And here's a third way. It was just a bee. No need to flee. I can see. So, see, it doesn't have to be complicated. It just has to make sense either way you read it. Here's another example. This one's kind of funny. This one's by Parker Owsley, another former student. When my dad got mad, I was sad because I was bad. Second way, I was sad because I was bad when my dad got mad. And the third way, because I was bad when my dad got mad, I was sad. Now, the only thing I would say about this is it does make it a little easier to have the flow of the rhythm of the poem if you try to keep your phrases similar in size. Don't have a really long phrase and a really short phrase. Try to keep them similar in size. And then, of course, Will Bagwell, he always liked to joke around, and so he thought it was funny if he made up this poem, and it's pretty funny, and it's about me. So here's one, I think he called it Miss Lou, but anyway, here's this one. If my teacher looks at you, you know what to do. Her name is Miss Lou. Second way, you know what to do. Her name is Miss Lou. If my teacher looks at you. And the third way, her name is Miss Lou. If my teacher looks at you, you know what to do. So, anyway, those are some examples. First thing you should do is kind of pick some sort of topic you want your poem to be about. Try to think of 3 rhyming words that you can construct phrases with, and then just practice saying the 3 phrases in different orders to see if they work. Good luck. It's a lot of fun. I love this poem. I think it's kind of like a little puzzle challenge to challenge yourself to see if you can make sense with 3 phrases. Everybody looks at this poem and goes, oh, it's just 3 lines. How hard can it be? But it is a little bit of a challenge. So good luck with it. Try to finish your poem by Wednesday of this week. Bye. Miss you.